Sarah, and I'm a model, but also a student. And I am here with your girl. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm really excited to be here. But
Yay!
yay.
And what are you going to school for?
Right now, I'm in school for public health and photography, and I actually just started a new internship. And so I'm on my last semester, and then I can finally graduate. I'm very excited because I'm on my fifth year of college. I'm ready to be done.
I would be too, for sure. Didn't you have an
Yep.
internship? No, I think 2 years ago we had went to Australia, right?
It was just study abroad. I was taking classes over there.
Okay, okay, and I think it got cut short because of COVID.
Yep. But that's okay. Hopefully I can go back someday.
Yes, for
Finish having
sure.
my adventures.
Did you do modeling while you were over there?
I did a beauty campaign and then I also did a photo shoot.
Nice. How long have you been modeling?
I have been modeling for almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in March.
Okay. And
Yep.
honestly, so when we met, I like forgot when we met that was like you started because we met like 2 years ago, right? Now? I think it was 2 years
It
ago.
was fall of 2019, I think.
I think
Wait,
so.
20, yeah, fall of 2019.
You still do photography?
Yes, I very recently, like within like the past 2 months, have started doing portraits because usually I stick to nature, like landscapes and flowers and stuff like that. But I'm slowly trying to like branch out a little bit, because I'm around photographers so much, and just doing photo shoots is something I enjoy. And so I'm like, well, what if I'm on the other side of the camera? Will I enjoy it still? And I
Yeah.
have been. I've been doing a few shoots. I did branding headshots for my friend, and I've done a couple of couples photo shoot sessions as well.
Wow, okay. Branching out a little bit.
I'm trying.
Do you rather photo shoots in general or do you rather being in photo fashion shows?
Um, I think fashion shows are fun, but you get more creative freedom when you do photo shoots because there aren't rules.
Right, right. Do you have like a favorite memory from a photo shoot that you did recently?
Um, Not a specific like moment, I guess I would say. Because I've done one shoot this month, just like you. I have not been very busy lately. Um, but I guess one of my favorite shoots, like in the past several months, has been a styled elopement shoot that I did in the mountains because it was my first shoot I did with my boyfriend because we were like getting fake married. And it was a retreat for like it was a photography workshop, and so there were 15 different photographers, and they had a lesson where they talked about how to pose the models and try different photography techniques, and then they used those skills during the photo shoot. And it was also in a location that's not open to the public anymore,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's this very scenic mountain, so I was glad to
Wow.
do that.
Okay. Have you like where has like the well I guess how far have you traveled for a photo shoot or show?
um that was 3 hours away, and that's the farthest I've traveled.
Woo.
Yeah, I know.
Like accepted to a modeling agency or show out of state, what state would you want to go to?
um well, I guess it just depends on like where I apply to, but probably either New York because that's like, the big fashion hub, Florida because Miami is also a big hub, and then LA, so California. I know
The
it's like
main
the most cliche thing, but you gotta go where the work is.
I was gonna say, yeah, like that's just the main stuff where everyone wants to go. Like it's like LA, New York, Florida, Atlanta, even Atlanta, I think it's
Oh
big
yeah.
on a lot of
Yep.
as well. So when you first started modeling, what did your family think?
They're supportive of it. I actually started modeling because I used to do acting in theater, and I went somewhere that offered those classes, but also modeling classes. And so it was something that kind of like was gradual. It wasn't like, oh, I wake up one day, I want to be a model. Like it wasn't that because modeling is not something that I like always dreamt of as a kid. It was just something like, well, it's here for me to try, so I'll try it. And I ended up
Right.
really it, as you can tell.
Do you like before a show, because we haven't actually worked in a show together, but do you get like nervous before a show, and have you been in many scenes of a show?
I wouldn't say I get nervous just because, well, like I just finished saying, I used to do theater, and so I don't have that stage fright that some people might have. Um, but I'm usually not like I guess heavily featured in a show. Like I'll maybe walk one or two times during the whole show. And I think a lot of that is because I don't always know the designers personally. Because I
Mm,
feel like if you network well and you know a lot of people who are showing in the show, then you're more likely to be able to walk several times.
right. That's true. Do you try to network, or are you kind of like a shy person when it comes to meeting new people at shows or shoots?
I do try to network as much as I can. It is a little bit harder at shows, I think, because the shows that I go to, um, they're usually farther away from where I live. Like the most recent one I did was in Charlotte, and that's an hour. But it's just a little bit tougher because shows are so busy. You have people running around and changing. Like there's always something going on, and so you don't have that time to just sit down and talk.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. When you first started modeling, did like okay, so if you had like one or two tips to tell yourself when you first started modeling now, what would you tell her? Since you've had the experience and stuff, like what would you tell your younger self?
Um, I guess one of the first things I would say is only work with people who can benefit you. Not like, okay, that sounds like, oh, use people. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like be selective in the people you work with. If you want to work with someone, why do you want to work with them? Like
Right,
each shoot should have a purpose because when I first started, I just did as many shoots as I could. I didn't really bother with planning, and because of that, like the pictures looked okay, but they weren't as strong as they could be.
right, right. That's a good tip. That is a good tip. Maybe I should take that advice.
Oh, no, oh my gosh. No, but I mean, looking back at the amount of shoots that I've done, it's like I always went for quality, I mean, quantity over quality, and it should have been the other way.
Right,
Um, because I would just be like, "Oh, I have a free day this weekend. Let me go try to find a photo shoot." And we would like the shoot would just be very casual. There was nothing special about the location or outfit. It would just be pictures. But
right.
it wasn't even like a proper fashion shoot. Like none of the pictures are good enough to put in my portfolio most of the time.
Right, right. So I feel the same way. I think that's why I kind of like had to just step away for a minute because I think people think modeling is just like you said, like oh, we just take pictures, but it's not. It's an art in a way. So I think a lot of people, it's time and energy. So I think you should absolutely get products that you actually want to get. Put the time in for it. If that makes sense.
Exactly. For me, I feel like it was also a matter of money because you have to travel to the location for the shoot. You
Hmm.
have to, well, depending on what the look is, you might have to buy some accessories or part of the outfit. And that is like, I did that way too often because when I first started, I was doing so many shoots, I like blew through all the clothes I already had. So,
Wow.
and I'm like, oh, well, now I gotta find something else. And so I would always like go to thrift stores and stuff like that, but it's like, Sarah, you gotta dial it back like 5 notches. Oh, gosh.
Do you have like so do you have like a favorite themed shoot you have done? Is it like, I don't know, it's like so many different things, but do you have like a favorite themed shoot that you have done in your past or want to do?
Um, for past, let me think, that's hard because I have done quite a few really fun shoots. I enjoy shoots that are like outside of the box, like not your typical like oh sit pretty or like elegant photo shoot. So
Yeah.
something that's really wacky. I always enjoy those. Lately I've been like for the past few days I've been having these ideas in my head. I really want to do a Wild West photo shoot. I don't know why,
Ah,
but I think that would be so fun for some reason.
with
Like out
horses
in the
and everything.
desert, middle of nowhere, got like maybe some type of boho dress and a cowgirl hat, something like that.
Do you want to ride a horse?
Oh, I don't know, maybe. I'm like slightly allergic to horses, so
Oh no. I think that'd be a very cute shoot. I think that'd be very cute. I helped out behind the scenes of a shoot. It was kind of to me it was kind of like 70s a 70s theme
mhm.
shoot. So I think I definitely want to kind of get into that, like a 70s or 80s theme shoot. I think it'd be fun.
I think a disco shoot would be really cool. Or
um,
something on like those light up dance floors.
well, you did one, didn't you? Do one at a roller skate
Oh, the
before?
roller skating rink. Yes, that's one of my favorites. It's so fun. It's not really fashion, so I can't really use it in my portfolio, but it was just a fun night out with other models and a photographer.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like working with other models, or do you kind of like solo?
Yes, I love working with other models because I'm a people person. And it's
Yeah.
just really like even doing this, like just talking about shared experiences and our thoughts about the industry. I love doing this sort of thing.
Agreed. That's why I started. um, do you have like a dream collab from like a famous model, or kind of like maybe like a local famous model, somewhere you want to work with really badly?
Um, Not necessarily working with other models, but I do have some famous photographers that I would like to work with someday.
Oh, cool.
Unfortunately, like I feel like half of them are not even in the US. Um, I don't know if you know her, but Xenia Lau, she's based in Spain, I believe.
Oh wow.
Um, I really like her style. And there's also someone named, I think it's pronounced Andre, and he's in Canada. But they kind of have similar styles. But
Oh,
they don't necessarily, well, they do some fashion, but a lot of the times it's like, it's called storytelling photography. And so it's like telling a narrative, and it's more conceptual and artistic.
okay, nice. Now you have because you messaged me I think last night about a class you're starting. So did you want to tell like other people about it, kind of get other people interested?
Oh yeah. So I've decided to take on model coaching, and I'm sure this may happen to you too, but sometimes when people hear like, "Oh, she's a model. I want to model. Let me go to her with my questions." And I just really like being the person to give advice because I have a lot of advice that I would give myself if I started over again. Um, and so I decided, like, why not make a course out of it? And so I've been making these PowerPoints and these worksheets to go along with them. And I had another session yesterday with this girl who, I think she's 17 or 18 right now, but she just started college and she's like, I really want to pick up another hobby. I'm like, yeah, that would be great.
So do they just message you on Instagram to know more about it?
Yes, Instagram is my main form of communication.
Okay, great. Is that do you have a favorite social media? Do you think it would be Instagram?
It would be Instagram, but when I first started modeling, I used Facebook. And I think there are pros and cons to both, but Instagram is extremely visual. Like it's just pictures. You can
Right.
see someone's portfolio. You don't have to go clicking to find the photo albums or anything. Everything is right there.
Right. Do you have a favorite photo in your portfolio right now?
Um, no, I wouldn't say I do just because I have so many um that I consider really strong photos. I don't know if I can pick just one.
I got, well,
I don't know,
that's
I'm not
good. I
trying
think
to brag. That sounds so
no,
so conceited. Oh
no,
my god.
that's good. That's good. That's how you want your portfolio. You want it to be all strong photos,
That's
all
really
your
kind.
best for it. Do you make your own portfolios or comp cards, or do you pay other people to do it?
I make my own. I'm in the middle of making a comp card right now because I've never had one before. But new year, new me. Gotta be prepared
Okay.
for everything to
Never
open
too
back
late.
up and go to these auditions. Hopefully.
And I didn't even know about comp cards until like probably 2 years ago when I first did my first show, and they're like comp cards. I'm like, what is a comp card? And so I had to look it up. And yeah, I made my own too because people were selling them like they could make it for you, but I'm like I'm broke, so I'm gonna just try to figure this out myself. So yeah, thankfully people do take them. I haven't been denied as a comp card for the one I made. So if you want to make your own model tip out there, you can do it yourself.
Yep, exactly. I do know some people who offer to make comp cards, but I'm like, it's one small sheet of paper. I can do it myself.
Yeah, and I do mine online. Like I can just do online and print it. Like might just do that. What is your favorite and least favorite part about a fashion show?
I would say that my favorite part is being able to present something that the designer has never presented before. And then my least favorite part is probably lack of organization. I feel like we may have talked about this before, but
Yeah.
oh lordy, some of these shows. Mm-mm.
No, thank you. I remember, was it my first show? It's weird because I've never seen a fashion show before, but being behind the scenes of one, it's crazy. And hopefully the audience, we put up a good front of like, oh yeah, we're all organized, we're all just walking out here and stuff, but behind the scenes we're all like, oh my gosh, like where's my stuff? Yeah, I kind of miss it though. It's kind of like it's weird. It's I love it, but then it's like it's exhausting at the same time. So I've had to learn to really be in the moment and just take everything in. Like, yes, it's frustrating and it's hot back here, but it's an experience and a memory that I've made. So it's really cool.
I agree. It's like a rush that you get when you're
Yeah.
out there just walking on the runway.
Do
But
you
it is
have like
stressful leading up, like making sure that your hair and makeup gets done on time.
yes.
That is the biggest part for me because for some reason they always have a shortage of hair and makeup artists, like every single time.
Like what's the longest you've had to wait for hair and makeup?
There have been multiple shows where I'm still in the chair and the show has already started.
Oh my gosh. I would stress out. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
No.
Oh my gosh. Like the last one I did, I walked 2 times, and the first time was like the opening part of the show, and they didn't get to finish my face. They only had time to do my eyes.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh. Oh my
like,
gosh.
if you know I'm in the first set, why are you doing your makeup on models that don't walk until like the halfway point of the show or later?
Right. Dang, maybe they forgot. I don't know. It's like you said, it can be very disorganized
And there's a lot of people too, so it is hard to coordinate.
and I think I remember my first show, I think like one or two makeup artists called out last minute. And a designer called out last minute. He called out, yep, it was that day. And he called out, and I'm like, man, I was gonna walk for him, but he didn't show up. So I'm
It's
like,
so
that was
unprofessional. Like,
if you had to put like your own fashion show on, what would the theme be?
oh gosh, that's a really good question. I don't know. I've never thought about that before because I'm not a designer, but a theme. Hmm. It would definitely be something that's like minimal, modern, sleek, and cool, because that's like my
Mm,
vibe, I
yeah,
guess. Like
I feel
something
that.
that's very, I guess, like futuristic, kind of something cool.
Yeah. I kind of feel like when I see you, I kind of feel like it's gonna be like more eye stuff than like lip. Like gonna have like these like just like one line
Oh
liners
yeah,
and
yeah,
like sleek
yes.
people. So that's yeah. Yours gonna be very clean and organized. Mine, I would probably do something crazy. I probably want to do like a 70s or 80s fashion show. I don't know. That's my theme right now. I don't know why I'm like toward that right now, but I am. But I think it'll be fun. I wanted to host one probably last year or the year before that, but so much goes into a fashion show. Like I thought I was doing on the right track, but I wasn't. I was missing so many pieces. Um, so yeah, that building a fashion show is a lot. It takes a team for sure.
If you do like decide to like to host one, I would love to help because I guess as a model, it's not something I consider. Because usually fashion shows, I know it's like the designers either hold their own
Mm-hmm.
or it's held by someone who is not a designer or a model, but they're just putting the event on.
Right. But two models do it. We're gonna do it right.
Because we know
We know what goes on behind the scenes.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. I'll definitely talk to you about it. Okay. Good. Because, girl, it's like it's a new year, so hopefully things are slowly getting back to normal to where we can have chill things like that happen.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh my gosh.
Do you have a signature move?
Like posing? Or
Posing and in a show.
wait, did you say mood or move?
Move. Like
Oh,
signature
okay,
move.
okay. Um, kind of. So well, actually, I guess I would say I have different ones depending on like if I'm focusing more on full body versus like waist up or something.
Yeah.
I'm complicated like that, sorry. So my full body one that I always do at shows is okay, so everyone always does the hands on the hip,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that gets really old because like 85% of the models only do hands on the hip. And so what I do is like I tend to keep my hands down by my sides, but I do this thing where like I shift my weight to my back leg. Um, I would show you,
Like,
but I don't know if I don't know if the space I have in this room is enough to like
do you have
show it.
like a picture on Instagram? I can like link it up here.
Yes, hold on, let me look. Um, oh, actually, I think it's. Oh no, I took it down. It was something that it was a pose I used for one of my digitals, but it wasn't my updated digitals.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if I have it on here. Well, anyway, it's a pretty simple pose. It's just you stand straight on, and then like you put one foot in front, but you rotate yourself like a little bit less than 45 degrees.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about. I see a lot of professional models do it, and like you lean, right? You lean.
Um,
Am I doing it right? I'm thinking of the
I
leaning
don't
part.
really mean, but
Oh, well then I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I'm thinking like you like the little sleek lean thing. Those things look hard
oh,
to
I
do.
know what you're talking about. Oh wait, are you talking about that pose that like a lot of influencers do and stuff, where they put their front leg out and they put their hands up or something? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
know.
in magazines, like it's like on like Vogue and stuff. Like these models kind of like lean, like lean. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how to do it. I know this one model. She walks like that. Like she doesn't walk like that lean, but she walks kind of very like lean posed out, and it looks
Hmm.
very professional.
I can't find it. I'll send you later. But anyway, my other one that's like actually more of a pose would probably be putting my hand up like right here and then putting my other hand like right here and like doing like a thinking thing. That's my go-to pose when I don't know what to do with my hands. And I've done it for so many shoots. That's like my comfort pose, I guess.
Okay, that's good though. I never really. I'm starting to get a little bit better at my hands, but I kind of feel awkward with them because I'm just like, what did I do? And it's crazy because your hands can make a difference of a photo, but I also I feel like silly when I'm like out in public. I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
weirdly, and
It's
they're
like
like, what
this girl
are you doing?
trying to be extra for her pictures.
But they wanted to do something with our hands, so it's like, okay, well, let me, everyone's just looking at me. Yeah, I feel like just doing my photo shoot today just brought back memories of like doing photo shoots in public. I'm shy like when it comes to that. I like to like, can we like do it like in like a exclusive place with nobody really there?
Oh,
Because
yep.
people look at me like,
I'm kind
oh.
of like that too, but it makes me feel better because they know there's a photographer there. It's not like just me taking selfies because that would like no. See, one of my biggest fears is like coming off as the most conceited, selfish, like full of myself person.
Yeah.
And so like, for example, if I'm like, if something's happening and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna add this to my story, I'm gonna like make a vlog. If someone walks by, I'm putting my phone down. I'm shutting that off. I'm not letting anyone see me do that.
Yeah. I don't know how vloggers and YouTubers do it because I would die. Like, I don't like people staring at me in general because I'm already tall. Like, I don't want any more attention. So when I'm taking selfies and doing video, I'm gonna just wait till you pass by. I can't do it. I'm
Oh
too
yeah,
embarrassed.
like it even extends like if I'm in the car and I'm like jamming out, if I have to stop at like a light or something, I turn it down. I act like I'm a normal person.
Don't judge me. I'm just rocking out to Hannah Montana.
I know. Gosh.
I love modeling. Have you have you ever been to like? Because I've never been to what are those things called? Workshops, right? Model workshops. So I don't know what goes on at them. Have you ever been to one?
Yes. I guess I would call the classes that I used to take workshops because it was like either 1 or 2 hour session, and each workshop that we did was a different theme. So like for example, one of them might be just a runway workshop, and we do runway drills and learn the different techniques, and that's like all we covered in that session. And then there might be another one that's like just for makeup. So I would say yes. And it's basically what I just explained. It's like you go, and then there's someone teaching a group, and the group is usually about, well, I guess it depends on who's hosting the workshop. But whenever I go, it's like 20 people or less. Because if you have too many people, it can be hard to see the errors in whatever they're doing and correct them then and there.
Okay, okay. Do you rather heels or wedges?
Um, like not as a model, just as a person.
Yeah.
Um, well, I usually just wear sneakers or flip flops because I'm the most dressed up person. But heels, I would say, because um, with wedges, I feel like wedges are more limiting. Like if you're taking a step, like when you take a step, you naturally like roll your foot a little bit. But if you hear that, that's the smoke alarm in my house going off. I think someone's cooking. But anyway, um, like a wedge, like if you rock your foot like from side to side, it just feels kind of, I don't know, like there's just more movement in a regular stiletto, in my opinion. Sorry, that's like I'm not doing a good job explaining it.
No, I agree. Like and I'm happy I'm not the only model that I don't dress up. Like if I every now and then I dress up, but like now it's because I went to a photo shoot. Like I don't naturally, just dress up for things. I think as models we do it so often with that we're just like, it's just this is what you get day to day.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm like the last person that you would expect to be like a model, just because going day to day, I don't dress up, I don't wear jewelry, I don't wear makeup. Like, I'm, I'm so low key.
I think that's like, yeah, I think we shock people when we're like, yeah, I'm a model. Like, when you first started dating your boyfriend, did you tell him you were a model up front, or did he kind of find out, or did you just tell him later on?
Well, we met because he's a photographer.
Oh,
So he definitely knew.
Oh, did he do a photo shoot with you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh, I can show you which ones actually. He did my
Um,
headshots too.
so wait, did he ask you out like during the shoot or
No, no, no,
after?
no. So actually, we
Cute.
so before he had an idea of a photo shoot he wanted to do, and he was like, "Hey, I have this idea, and you'll be really good for it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And so we decided a time and place to meet, and we just went to Panera Bread, and we like went over the photo shoot idea with the makeup and the hair and all that, and then we set a date. Like, okay, cool, we'll shoot. But then, like 2 days later, I was like, I need headshots for an audition. Someone please help. And then he replied to my story. He was like, I got you. I'm like, okay, cool. And so it was the most like impromptu thing. He just set up his backdrop in his apartment and I went over there. And then like we chatted, and I met his roommate because the guy was also over there. And then on the way downstairs after the shoot, I was like, "Oh, look at your video game collection. I'm also a nerd, and I like video games." And we just kind of bonded from there.
Oh, that is so adorable. Oh, that is so adorable. What so you say you did the headshots. If you send them to me later, I can insert them. I can
Yes, yeah,
insert them later.
yeah. He's done.
That-
We've done 3 or 4 different shoots. And they're on my thing because he does fashion and beauty.
okay. Okay.
So it's perfect for what I do.
Right. Right. Do you so with your classes and stuff, or do you think you're gonna like maybe go to YouTube with it or start a podcast or just like stick it to like Instagram for now?
So I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel, and it's something I've been wanting to do for like years, not just for modeling, but like for music and other stuff too. But the problem is I'm too much of a perfectionist. Every time I sit down to make YouTube videos, I'm like, no, I don't like this, or oh, I'm stuttering too much, and just there's a bunch of things. Like I have some YouTube videos that I made that are how to get started with modeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I made those in like July of last year, and I still haven't done anything with them. And so
You should do it because I felt the same way when I because like I wanted to start a channel for a long time as well, and the more you like you do it, the more comfortable you get. Like now I'm not as nervous as I was, so hopefully like the more I do it, the better I get at on not only questions but just talking in general. It's because it's weird because especially when you're by yourself doing it like shooting like for a YouTube video and you're just by yourself, it's like I don't know.
like, oh, what do I say now? If we're having a conversation like this, it's so much more natural to just talk. But when you're by yourself, it's just you and the camera, which is funny because we're models. But it's a lot different when someone's recording.
Yes, and it's the pressure of it all as well. That's why I got my podcast. I just haven't loaded anything because I even recorded a podcast of me talking about a movie. But I'm like, it's just boring with myself. I need someone else here. I feel like I don't know, like it feels weird just by myself talking to a microphone and no one
Like
can actually.
you have to become the entertainer. You
Yeah,
have to make people want to watch you.
right. That's intimidating.
It is.
A channel, what would you have? Because like I feel like now you would do it about modeling or coaching and stuff, but like I guess like just in general, if you weren't doing that, like what would you want it to be about?
I like doing well, I said music. I like singing, and it would probably be that.
I didn't know you could sing, Sarah.
Oh gosh, I don't know, I guess it depends on who you ask. But I do like singing. Have I have several easily over 100 recordings just on my laptop and stuff, but I just need to edit them and get them out there. But if I find like if something's off, I'm like, oh, this isn't good enough, and I kind of beat myself up over it. But I just need to do it.
Yeah,
that's all it comes down to. Like no matter what art form you have, hashtag just do it.
right. I agree. You could do Spotify though. I feel like if you do like a weird like username, no one would know it's you, and you can kind of see the see if people like it. Go from there. But yeah, like if you could sing, do it. Like I like to sing. I love to sing, but I can't sing. So I feel like if you can actually sing, you should definitely do something with that because you could be like the next. Like, what kind of music do you like to sing? Are you like,
I feel like I have quite a wide musical taste. Like, I like a little bit of pop. I like a little bit of like even instrumental music and stuff without lyrics. As long as it's not like country or hardcore rap, like I'll listen to it. Lately I've been into like a lot more indie rock. It just depends on my mood, and I find that I like certain things as I come across them, and my taste in music changes over the years.
Right, right. Okay. Do you play any instruments or you just sing for right now?
So I tried teaching myself guitar, like I think it was last month, and that didn't work. I think I like did it for like a week. I'm like, oh gosh, this is too hard. But I used to play the saxophone for 7 years in school, and then before that I played the piano, so I know I can do it.
That's crazy that you said that because I also bought a guitar last month and I tried to play and I tried to teach myself. It literally no, like probably 2 or 3 days. I'm like, I'm not getting this, so I returned it and I bought a ukulele. And I haven't learned it since.
But it's so similar. See, like, because I played the saxophone, because I was in band, like, it's fun and everything, but I really wanted an instrument that I could play while singing. And so I'm like, well, that guitar is a really good one, and guitars are easily accessible. They're everywhere. You can just buy one at any music store. So it's like, okay, let me try guitar. But the minute I had to try playing chords, I'm like, no, I can't play more than one note at the same time. Why are you asking me to do this? I can't do that with my fingers.
And it's like, I don't know why I thought it was easy. I think because because I was like watching like the Shawn Mendes like documentary on Netflix, and I'm like, oh well, he started with a dream, so I can do the same thing. But it's crazy because I just want to be. I thought I would be naturally good at one instrument. I mean, I'm like, I tried a piano, and I really tried it. Like we had an old piano on my job, like for a few days, and I tried to play. I loved it, but I couldn't keep it. So I love the sound of piano, but yeah, guitar. I'm like, I got to be good at this. Like just I just think people do. I'm like, I got to be good at this. It was a struggle. Those few days was a struggle. I'm like, I can't do it. And it takes years for people to perfect it. I'm like, I'm not gonna get this in time.
my pinky is not strong enough to hold down those strings. That's like the problem.
I'm thinking it's too fat. I'm like, why can't I?
Yes, me too.
I'm not coordinating for it. I'm gonna let everybody else do that. It sounds pretty when you know how to play it, but then I've seen videos of people playing and they're like, well, they're off tune. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't keep up. Like I'm just gonna leave it to the professionals at this point. So you act, you sing, you model.
Oh, I don't act anymore. I have not acted since 8th grade.
Oh please. I think you could be great. You can be in a play.
Wait, what?
I think you could be in a play.
Oh.
Like a musical.
Maybe in 8th grade.
Does your boyfriend know you sing and stuff?
Yes. We actually tried, like, recording a song together. Didn't work. He was too nervous. And I was, like, also slightly nervous, but, it's okay.
Would you sing, like, if those, bars and stuff, they have, like, open mic nights, like, would you get in front of those people and sing?
It would probably be difficult for me, because I have stage fright when I sing. Well, I even have stage fright when I like play instruments in school. But anyway, I have tried before. Like the problem is with me. So actually, since like within the past few years, I have tried to like get more into acting again. And for example, I auditioned for a musical in downtown Greensboro. And of course, since it's a musical, you have to sing part of a song for your audition. Mm-hmm. I forgot the words to the song in the middle of the audition. And the same thing has happened to me multiple times before.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I remember the same thing happened to me. I was like a kid, but it was my first audition. I picked the easiest song ever, Happy Birthday. And I forgot the words. I'm like over here about to throw up. I'm like, please don't laugh at me. I had like 3 people just looking at me. I'm like, I can't do this. I felt so embarrassed. I was like, how do you forget the words of Happy Birthday? It's the easiest song. My stage fright is like up here. I can't.
Me too, but I try to challenge it when I can. So like, for example, in 2018, I had the wonderful idea that I was going to audition for America's Got Talent. And I did. And you know what? Didn't make it, but that's okay.
Really? Did you actually go to the location, or you did it like I guess like virtually?
I drove to Nashville. So I went to Tennessee because that was where the closest city where they did the open calls. And it was in the middle of the winter and it was snowing on the way there, and it was like, oh my God.
That's amazing. What did you think?
There were so many people. Oh my God, like hundreds and hundreds of people.
Oh my gosh.
No, I mean like auditioning. The judges. Okay, so, have you seen the show?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the auditions, they go through different rounds of auditions, and then once you make the first few cuts, then they bring you to the live stage with the celebrity judges. And so when I auditioned, there was just one judge in the room, and they were taking like maybe 10 singers at a time.
Mm.
And so there were like maybe a dozen people there.
Wow.
But I feel like I just like sang way too slow because you get 90 seconds, right? And so
Oh.
at the pace I was singing, I didn't reach the point in the song that was like the most impressive part, and I'm like, I was so slow. I just needed to speed it up a little so they could have actually like heard me sing decently. But
What
anyway, it
what
was
did
an
you
experience.
sing?
So I sang "Set Fire to the Rain" by Adele.
Okay, that's a hard song,
It is a
dude.
hard song, but the problem is that like I started at the beginning, but I should have started in the middle of the song because it builds up to like all the like the impressive parts of the song basically.
Right. So you had like 11 other people looking at you plus the judge?
Yes.
Wow. Like, were you the last one to sing out of your group or kind of like the middle or the first?
I was in like I think I was in the first half of the group.
Okay. Yeah. Did anybody else sing like your song? Like, did anybody else sing the song you had?
Not in the room I was in, but I did see. Wait, hold on. Avery, you can just put it. Yeah, just put it there. Sorry, my sister's in here giving me food. Um, um, before you go into the room with the judge, there's this really big open room where they just hold everyone until it's their time to go in. And sometimes people practice before they go in while they're waiting. And I did hear someone else singing that song, which is not a surprise. I mean, it's a everyone knows that song. So.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know you did. See, you need to start a YouTube channel, okay? Tell all your
Oh
stories.
gosh,
You've
yeah.
got a lot of stuff. That's amazing. That's amazing. So do you have like any favorite designers, whether it's local or like famous?
Um, I'm not really much into designers. Like, I'm more into like, do I actually like the garment? But
Hmm.
I really like this one designer out of Australia, called Paulo Sebastian, and he does formal gowns. And a
Oh,
lot of them are like very fairy tale type dresses, and I love those.
yeah. Have you ever, because it was just cold today, so it wasn't raining, but I have done a shoot where it was cold rain. So have you ever done a shoot where it was very uncomfortable weather?
Yes, I've done a shoot in cold rain, and well, I wasn't out in the rain. We were under a sheltered area, but you could still feel the wind, and if if the wind changed directions, then you might have some raindrops hit you. But I have, yes, and it's not comfortable, and it sucks, and you have to pretend that you are comfortable, or else it'll show.
Right? I personally would rather cold rain than just terrible heat. Like that is something I can't stand being hot. So I couldn't especially with makeup and stuff, I don't like sweating. Like I don't like any of that.
Hmm.
So how to do a photo shoot, like I need some fans going on or anything. I don't think I've done a photo shoot in the summer yet. Not that I can recall. I don't think I've done a photo shoot in the summer, thank goodness. But I don't want to. I'm okay.
They're oh my gosh, no. I'm the same way. I will take cold any day over heat. Um, but oh gosh, shooting in the summer, oh my gosh. Oh, no.
No. Have
The
you done
worst is when there's no clouds in the sky.
yeah. Have you ever done like a beach shoot or a pool shoot?
No, I have not. Maybe I will this year, who knows? But I don't live anywhere near the beach, and so that's a little bit more difficult. I would have to like do a lot of planning for that. And then pool, I don't know anyone with a pool. Well, maybe I do, but I just like no. It'll be fun
I,
though.
yeah, I think it because I like the because I don't think it's like real water, but it's not real water. But like those photo shoots that people are under the pool thing, like it's like under the water type of thing where it's water of like it's not real water. I forgot what it's called, but it's literally where you go underneath an empty pool and there's like the illusion of water. So it's like you're underwater. Have you ever seen those?
Oh, I don't know if I have.
Dang it. I'll send you a picture of it. I just thought those were really cool. I want to do that. Shoot. At the Balloon Fest 2 years ago, 2019. Would you want to do it again this year?
I think I would. I think it was really fun, but I would like to have something that's a little bit more high fashion editorial because the pictures that we did were very casual,
Yeah. So
but
you're
it
more
was fun.
so you're more like actual like fashion type versus like casual,
I
right?
would like to be. Well, I mean, the pictures we did, it's because it was for an advertisement for senior portraits for the photographer. So it
Hmm.
makes sense that the ones we did would be more casual because that's what it was for. Um, I would like to get into more high fashion work, but because of my height, it is a little like it's a little bit more challenging. And like for example, all the work that my agency does is more commercial anyway. But I can dream, I guess.
Wait, how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
You're five. I
Yeah.
don't know why I thought taller. Maybe did you wear heels when we met?
Yes, I was wearing
Okay.
boots with heels.
Okay. Where I
Yeah, I'm super short. But the thing is, I photograph tall, and the
mm,
pictures that I choose to post are ones where I look tall. And so, as long as I keep the illusion, I think it's fine. Because several times photographers have met me in person when we do a shoot, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you were taller." I'm like, that's the plan.
like I'm here now. Now you gotta shoot with me. That's cool though. But I think with photo shoots, it's not as picky about height versus fashion shows
Right.
because that's when the height and stuff matters. Or like, you gotta be the certain height. Which I honestly think it's weird that they have like a minimum height. I just feel like that's weird. To me, they don't have.
I actually do know someone who I don't know if she's 6'1", but I know she is at least 6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And she has had people tell her that she is too tall.
Oh.
Um, I know for fashion shows, a lot of it depends on the type of garment. For example, I did a fashion show and I reached out to one of the designers asking if I could model for them. And they said that the dresses that they model are like when they sew the dresses, it's made for someone tall. And so someone at my height would have trouble walking in the dress. And so I think
Right.
that's what it comes down to as well.
I think the same with certain dresses. Like I remember I was behind the scenes of well, I was in a show last year and the designer had to switch my outfit twice. The first time it was supposed to be a dress, but it was not a dress on me.
Oh
So
no.
I think we had to switch that up real quick. But yeah, it's the height definitely matters in those type of situations, and I think that's why shows are very critical on it. But I think sometimes they're a little too picky because I feel like if photography and photo shoots are more exclusive, then so should shows be. But that's why I wanted to do my own show. Like I feel like include all. Where
That'd be
you know what
awesome.
I mean?
Yes. We need more of that in this industry.
Exactly. And I was actually I don't know if you know about it, but it's this show in I think Jersey, um, where it's literally the anti Victoria's Secret show. It's like
Oh, I
literally
love
everyone
that.
who isn't like the skinny size two, like it's a really cool show. They even have the wings, so that's why I thought it was amazing. And
I like
so
that.
yeah, and that's why because people always say like, oh, if you don't like it, then do it yourself. So and that's what a lot of people have been doing, thankfully. So yeah, hopefully the next coming years, our generation, can have more influence on the industry in general.
Hmm. Yes.
Um, oh wait, okay. So I asked the last model. So where do you see yourself a year from right now?
A year from right now, hopefully doing more oh my gosh, what's the word? Sorry, I just lost it. Like high fashion. Um
Yeah.
because that's the goal for me right now. Or I don't know, I guess just working more, especially with the pandemic. I like am not really doing much. Um Maybe doing work for bridal designers because I've been doing a lot of bridal work lately and I've come to find it's something I really enjoy. But a lot of them are just like a lot of the shoots are just for boutiques and stuff like that. But if I can network with designers who make the actual dresses, that would be really cool too.
Yeah. Is your agency based, because you're in Winston, right?
Yeah, I'm near Winston.
So is your agency based from there, or is it based like in Charlotte or somewhere?
My agency is in Greensboro.
Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. I don't know why I thought it was like in Charlotte somewhere. Well, they still should be able to find you work, hopefully, internationally, and then you can, expand yourself.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to get. I want to get out of state.
Yeah. I think the closest would be New York. I think also that might be the fastest too. But since COVID, I mean, I think they're still shut down. So I don't know if anything like that is happening anytime soon. But they put on great shows. Like I really wish I could go to one of those shows. That would be amazing.
Are you talking about New York Fashion Week?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. That's the dream. And I know people who have walked, and it's because they know designers. And so
Oh,
I was hoping actually to go last year, but COVID. So maybe this year I can go to New York because I just want to experience that. Like one
yeah.
of the really big shows.
But aren't they tickets like really expensive?
They are, but if you're in the show, then you don't have to pay for a ticket.
Right.
But it would be
Oh,
cool to watch one of the shows too. I think it just depends on which show it is.
oh yeah. Yeah. But it's crazy because Charlotte, to me, Charlotte fashion show is kind of like that because they have a spring and fall and
Yes, they do.
winter. They have it all. Yeah, I forgot, but I think they have winter as well. But yeah, they definitely, to me, they have the elements of like very professionalism, like New York Fashion Week, where it's like they have different scenes and stuff. And I remember one year, I think this is like right when I started modeling. They had one. It was just during the spring one, and it was an outdoor one, and they were like walking. I'm like, this looks so professional.
Are you talking about in Charlotte?
Hmm.
I've seen them do that. I think I know what you're talking about. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that would be half fashion too. That you could do that.
they do have high fashion. The last show I walked was in Charlotte, and it was my first couture show, so it was definitely the most high fashion-esque show I have walked. Um, because they do well, the one I walked in, they did 3 shows. There was a morning show, afternoon show, and an evening show. And so the morning show was boutiques and small businesses.
Okay.
And then the afternoon show was just one designer show, and then the evening was the couture show.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
And the prices for those tickets mirror that too. Like the morning show is like, oh, okay, it's like not too bad, but then like if you want to get VIP in the evening show, it's well over $100.
Wow. Okay, yeah, they mean high end, high fashion.
They do,
That's great.
because they have scouts there and they have buyers for the designers and stuff like that who attend those shows.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's kind of like how I dream. Like I'm gonna get like scouted from an agency. Like if I'm in a show and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've seen you. We just kind of want you to join an agency." I'm like, "Okay."
Me too. Yep.
But you're with one, so at
I
least you
am
have.
with one, but I'm greedy. I just want more. I just want something like I want an agency that's out of state because
Yeah.
and one that does like more high fashion and less commercial. I mean, there's nothing wrong with commercial. It's a good place to start.
Yeah. You'll get there for sure. Next year, this time right here, I'm gonna be talking to you. You're gonna be in New York.
Oh my
Fashion
gosh,
Week.
yeah. Maybe.
You will. Hopefully you actually do something you're singing because I'm honestly shocked that you sing.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully that goes well for you. Your channel soon because you have a lot of experience and stories to tell.